Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices, and I want to start with the German mid-cap here again. What we were looking for here is intermediate wave 3 over here, and an A wave and a B wave over here, and then 5 waves down for wave C of 4 over here. So quite a simple wave C here, and that's the way corrections work, and they work in simple, complicated, simple, or they could go simple, complicated, more complicated, but there's normally an alternative structure within them of that sort of simplicity and complexity. This was also a chart that was quite easy to read coming down through here, because when we were looking at this move coming down through here, looking at this in terms of the DAX over here, it's quite a complicated move in this particular structure here, as you can see within here. So the other point in here is that this could be counted in different ways as well here. And I think that I think, and we'll come back to the DAX, just the complexity of this. When I have a look at, let's just have a look at the French market here. Let me just get this. We don't normally look at this one, but I kind of like it because what it does, it presents another sort of count here as well, because if we've got wave 5 here, then we can look at this as an A and a B and a C wave for wave A here, an A and a B and a C for the B wave. And then this is in 3 waves here, so it's difficult to call it wave 1 and A, B, C for wave 2 here. So I'm thinking because it's got that structure in it here, then it can be counted as an A wave and then an A and then a B in 3 and then 5 waves for the C wave here for B, and then the same count. We're looking, we're still looking for a move to further come down through to here. But what it does do is it gives us this extra wave D and wave E here for wave 3 and 4. So if I can just copy 2 of these here, that would give us, I mean, all the European markets, some of them are doing the same thing and others are doing same but different. So just the different levels of complexity between them all. And, typical wave 4s, they can get really out of hand, So it's just something that we have to go through and put up with, and it's the time to trade less in some circumstances. But look, the CAC 40 here can present a different pattern once again here, and more of a triangle pattern here that I wanted to just point out here. So coming back to the DAX here, oops, that's not the DAX, just still get it in order there, and the DAX here. So let's just go into this space here on the 4-hour chart to start with. So what we were looking for is we're looking for that wave 3 here, an A and a B and a C wave here, the same as the S&P 500 actually. So what we can have a look at this in the hour chart in a minute, but basically looking for 3 and 4 bounce off here and then making a new low in this space here. So on the hourly chart, it would present like this here. So we had this as the A wave, the B wave here, and then looking up for the C wave here. This particular line through here that's floating in the middle of nowhere, that really just comes off from the sides here, this low and this low here, projected out as one of the Fibbo ratios to the outside. But the main point here is that we were looking for a top, we were looking for a short trade here. So if I can just clean this up here, as you know, we look for the first move down and then the retest and then the move down. So in this case here, it's quite simple. We have this first move down through here. No need to chase it. We can put that under here and then look to go low short after that. So hopefully that you're short, and if you are short, then we can move the stop to break even, because you would have put it above the last high. Then you could bring it down to this one, then you could bring it down to this one. So we can bring it into here now. This is always a good place to grab a bit of profit here. So if you just get part profit, leave some skin in the game is always nice there, because there will be a bounce here that will pull back. You could work this trade too. So it'll pull back 38.2% here and then move lower from there, but taking some profit here just in case you get a high wave 4 here, bounce off the medium level here, which a medium level. So we have major levels, medium levels, minor levels, sub levels, and micro levels. So this medium level here is always halfway between two major levels, which would be 10,000 and 13,000. So this, in my humble opinion, this number here, I know it's an odd looking number, and the same in stocks at $11.50 and so on. It carries much more weight than 12 and 11. That's just my opinion. With this here, we're still looking for further downside, but you can expect a small bounce off this current low here. So with the AEX here on the 1 hour chart, we're also looking from this low here as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave up here to the 38.2% or to the 530 area. I've left this untouched here because I feel like we're just still short one wave. It's not like I can do anything about it, but you know, even if I count this as 1 and 2 here, then I can see from this point here we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So that would have been the third wave I was looking for, then the fourth wave to pull back, and then another one here. So apologies about that. The only way that this could fit would be if wave B had more of a triangle pattern in it here. So yeah, a triangle between A and B here, but it just doesn't sort of look right. So I'm not sure what the answer is here, but hopefully we were looking for our target area in 38.2 and the 530 area here. So that's in play there, and hopefully that you would have done the same with the DAX and you would have looked to being short under these guys here. We're going to get a bounce here as well, the 520, but this will also be the 61.8 and the 50 in here on top of wave 4. I'd imagine. No, I'll just check. Sorry. So from here to here, the 61.8 and the 50 here. So there's going to be support in this space here. And the thing is that we don't really have 5 waves down here just yet either with this. So just doing a bit of housework while I'm yakking on. So from the top up here to down here, we don't have 5 waves yet. So it's a little bit difficult to I'm just going to move these over here now that I've looked at that sort of small error or whatever it may have been there on my behalf. Sorry, 530. So yeah, we don't have 5 waves down here yet. So it's possible that this can be I can just sort of see where I possibly made the mistake here with this, but I have to go back and check a little bit more. Anyway, another story, that one. So we have 3 waves to this move here as such, but this would be 5 waves in here. This would be, if this is wave 1 here and wave 2 here, then this would also be wave 1 here as well. So we don't have 5 waves down. So we should get this down to here, then back up to here, and then down to here. So it should move like that in that instance here. But you just need to be careful. Don't go shorting this just here yet. Allow it to mature. If the 520 becomes the resistance, then by all means look to short it from the low in that space there as well. Once again, if you are short here, take some profit here, and then if you can work out wave 4 here, then that's fine, resell at that point, but also look to add back under the 520 and look lower here. But there is a bit of a danger that this could move up from this space here. So in That danger, moving up from this move down here as wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, it shouldn't breach that low there at 525. So if 525 becomes support, then you know that we're going to be heading up from that point. And the UK market's the same as well. In its wave 4 here as well, in terms of an A and a B and a C here. And we understood that 7,100, 1 being the strongest number in the market, followed by 5, that it would have resistance there. But I'm still short one little wave to the upside here as well. So let me just go into the hourly chart and we'll look at that there as well. So from this here, it makes a nice A wave, not a problem. An A and a B and a C in here perhaps. 5 waves up here for 1, A, B, C for 2, and then 3 here. So I'm still short 1 wave here as well. So yeah, I'm not sure what to sort of say about that at the moment. Also, we don't really have a nice 5-wave structure to the downside. It's like an A and a B and a C here. So yeah, but what we can do now, the good news is that this low here, based on this 7,000 here, if I can just get that in there a little bit better. If the 7,000 becomes the retested resistance, then you can short that down from that space. Okay. I mean, you may be short already, but yeah, look, it's just short 1 wave in here, so I'll just have to spend the time to work it out. And like most people, I'm time poor. So yeah, I don't know where I've made my mistake here. I mean, it's possible probably that this is the 1 and the 2 here and the 3 here and the 4 here and the 5 here, but I don't know, just doesn't sort of just doesn't feel quite right. But still, we were close, and yeah, but anyway, that's sort of where that's where it's at the moment. So yeah, if you're short here, then we should be making a low below this low here. So, and this is also, I have to say, this market hasn't reached its 38.2% retracement level. It could just move straight up from here, and I'd have to look at this then here as, copy this as an A wave here, B wave here, and a C wave here of wave 4 here. So that's possible. That's why we're going to use that low there to enter the market. But if that's not the case and this moves down through here, then we could say that it's probably one of the weaker markets and one of the better shorts too, because it never reached its 38.2% retracement level here. So it's a sign of weakness. So it's likely to lead to the downside in this case. And if that's the case, I know that 6.9 would be an obvious one, and we'll expect some support there, but it's this 6.8 here that I think we should be more interested in at that point. But yeah, look, this has been a bit of a long haul. Even when we arrived here, I mentioned to you that we're just going to be bouncing along this 7,000 here, and that's what we've been doing. So now we need to look for a break lower on this particular instance here. So there you go, that's it there. And for the MIB on the 1 hour chart here, we need to look at this here as wave 4 here, then 1 and 2, and all of this here is wave 3, a little ABC for 4 here. We weren't going to go long unless we had this as support here. So it's moved in line with the other European markets. So hopefully you've had a short in here under this low here. And in this case here, we're still looking for, well, 1 and 2 and 3 in here. So there'll still be 4 in here, and then 5 in here for the 3rd wave. The 4th wave can come back and test that, and then we'll have the 5th wave down here. So we could certainly get to 18,500. This is the probable number here too, if it can stretch itself down here. But certainly look to take part profit at this level here. And then we'll have a look at that. But if Friday is bearish, then Monday will be bearish. It will follow through. So the kickback should come on Tuesday. So hopefully we've got 2 days of downside. I mean, markets normally, they tend to, well, each country's different, but they tend to, stocks kind of govern these things. So the stocks can run for 3 or 4 days and have a correction for 2 or 3 days, 4 days, and then have another run for 2 or 3 days, and then have another correction. So indices tend to do that. So though that Friday and Monday always seem to be in sync, and that's why we look for Wednesday and Thursdays being the swing days, being days that can take out your stops. Alrighty, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers. Enjoy the weekend.